weather's pretty nice again today. I was actually testing the drone again, and funny enough, it wasn't an issue of going forward, there was an issue going backwards, which makes me kind of conclude there's something with the drone design in general. But with that in mind today, I was actually reading some of the new drones and any updates in terms of what's coming out. None in terms of DJI, in terms of the high quality drones to our knowledge anyways. Lots of micro drones they're announcing, or smaller ones. But how about the Sony Airpeak? Apparently there's been some updates and stuff with it, you can see. This one here says, we've continued with field testing Airpeak in different environments, and in this issue, would like to share video footage from field testing in Okinawa's Iriomote Island. Footage was recorded using the recently announced 35mm Alpha E-mount FE 14mm f1 1.8 GM lens, and taking advantage of the ultra wide angle lens, we were able to capture the dynamic natural landscape of Iriomote Island. I know there have been a lot of comments from Phantom and Inspire owners saying they want something new, better quality and all that. They're tired of, like, say, the micro drones or the smaller ones. And I guess this gives people like Sony an opportunity to make a name for themselves and to establish their presence. Because this definitely isn't a portable drone. It's meant more for, again, to carry things like a mirrorless camera. So if you really want the quality, I guess this would be a choice. And as well, they actually released another video recently which basically showed its capability to handle things like wind resistance, which was kind of cool. As they say here with the test, apparently they were trying it indoors with a prototype, and according to this, it says there was stable flight up to around 20 ms, a wind so powerful an average person would have trouble standing upright. So that's actually really impressive if all this is accurate. Will this actually sway people to, again, get stuff like this if they're looking for professional quality work, like just say for a film set or something like that? I could imagine it'd be really appealing at this point if the competition isn't actually releasing anything else. But in terms of competition, I guess in terms of the micro drone markets, things like the Mini have been dominating for a lot of consumers just because of its ease of use and I guess the price, but I guess competitors are coming and they sound pretty impressive. For example, there's this one here apparently coming out called the Zino Mini Pro. And they basically say this one here, unlike the Minis, this one has obstacle avoidance and it's under 250 grams. Like you can see in their advertisement, it says the world's first drone with obstacle avoidance under 250 grams. Now my first thought was, okay, you must have sacrificed something. For example, maybe it only shoots 1080p, but no, apparently this drone shoots at 4K. It has a 113 CMOS sensor. That's actually more than the Mavic Minis. And here the flight time says is 40 minutes. Transmission in terms of how far they're saying and claiming that you can basically operate this drone is about 10 kilometers. This one, that sounds like it's not a joke, it's a real competitor. And as well, in terms of the memory, it says here, it has a built-in eMMC, 64 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes, enables you to share your video to media easily. Technically, this should be able to do better, say, night mode pictures and all that compared to something like the Mini. But again, I guess the main thing they're pushing is it has obstacle avoidance. Even looking at the files and stuff in terms of shooting the 4K, apparently it has 200 Mbps. That's a lot. But ultimately, it comes down to things like the cost. If this thing is too expensive compared to the competitors, most people will probably say, forget it. But according to this on the site, it says the drone's $459 US. That's actually not a bad price because compared to the Mini 2, it's $419. And just based on the specs alone, I must say, I would probably go with the Hubsan one at this point for that price. Only $40 more to get more features and all that. Keep in mind too, these are all just paper specs. It's always easy to get excited about that. How it performs in real life is a different story, but it does basically put the pressure on, and I won't be surprised if just based on the trend so far too, we're gonna see like a Mini 3 anytime soon or within the year. Would this potentially change your purchase choice, for example? If you were basically thinking, oh, maybe the Mini 2 and so forth, but then you see this, would you get this one instead? Or likewise, with the other way around, would you actually get something like that Sony Airpeak just because a lot of people are waiting for higher quality stuff? And since this one's technically using mirrorless cameras and all that, you could theoretically use different cameras depending on what comes out, so you don't have to keep replacing the drone all the time. I would imagine that would be a trend later on too, where most of the drones you can actually replace maybe the camera or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if something like the Mavic 3 Pro or something like that enables you to do that. Alright, see you guys later.